Woo! Wait! Yeah, my thing music. Hey. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another one, man. I'm your host, Lou. Welcome to Lou's Takes. It is a busy day, and we don't need to be messing around. Shout out to everybody that's coming in the building. Like I said, how y'all doing? Thank God it's Friday. Shout out to everybody coming in here. JV B-Boy, 5 points of the star. DP Johnson, Headhunter, I see you. You know what I'm saying? Who else is in here? Mix Matrix, I see you. Ken X Clouds, I see you. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. If you haven't already, we're gonna immediately get into that. Breaking news. Y'all know that Drake song, that breaking news, man. Hold on, let me see. Is it this? Nope. Breaking news. Ricky Scoops is back. You know what I'm saying? Well, I hate this. This man had 100 followers. I was like, when I saw this, like, is that really him? He only had 105. That boy gained 100,000 followers in 5 minutes, boy. Yeah, that's him. That the Eagles have made Jalen Carter, like they made him available in his pursuits. You know what I'm saying? And listen, is there any more breaking news? I gotta keep my phone near me. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Listen, hey man, the stakes have been raised. And I still, I question about doing this show, but guess what? I still think we still in it. Even with the Eagles raising up the ante. And we're going to talk about it too. I still think it. But hey, shout out to Howie. Shout out to the Eagles. We've been trying to tell y'all, man, in this right here, if y'all don't know anything else, this should tell y'all that positional value is real. If this don't tell y'all anything else, it should tell you positional value is real. Because this is not the first time that Howie has made Jalen Carter available through trade. This is not, they also offered him to us, y'all. We cannot deny that. We cannot deny that. Positional value is real. Quarterback, left tackle, and edge. Those are the diamonds. The three diamonds in this league, man. And when they become, we may be in the gold collecting business, but when a diamond becomes available, you throw your hat in the ring. But also, why it's even more important. See, this is I was gonna wait on this, but let me show y'all now so y'all can know, because this directly applies to us. Because we've been it's team both of them, but people has been really like trying to like keep us or try to divert us all, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not the people who we always fight. Like, shout out to Henny and all. It's not them. It's some people who are out here are really asking, like, why are we aiming for the top and everything like that? Here's the reason why, and this is why I want to. This is going to point in to why the Eagles. This is not the first time they have shot they shot at an edge, because it's because of one man. It's because of one man. Can I take y'all through some history real quick? Because I made this tweet early in the fights, but I just want to bring it back out because I want to show y'all the reason why we need to be in the hat just like Philly is because we got a Vic Fangio disciple. He didn't admit it or not, but guess what? It's Stephen Jones said it. When Stephen and Jerry say something, they are literally just reciprocating or repeating what they heard. Vic Fangio is the key right here, because Vic Fangio's system, they never hit their true ceiling until they have somebody of the 4-man rush winning, and it's usually people on the edge. Ooh, breaking news: the Packers are releasing star Rashawn Gary. Ooh, that can be in play for us. We can. But listen, I'm gonna get to that T-Church. Yep. This is why the Eagles are going after him, and this is why we should too. This is Vic Fangio's. This is entire history. I did this tweet. Make sure you follow me on Lou Takes. I'll be on there every time. It's people watching us right now from X. If y'all do me a favor, just share and quote this. You know what I'm saying, so people see this. 1996, Kevin Green and Lamar Lathan 14 and a half sacks, 13 and a half sacks. They were top 5 in sacks, and they were number 2 in scoring defense. 2011, this is, mind you, this is all defenses Vic Fangio defensive coordinated. 2011, Aldon Smith, 14 sacks, okay? They were 22nd in sacks and pressures, but they still had a number 2 scoring defense. 2012, Aldon Smith. We should know Aldon Smith very well because he came to us when his stock was in the tanker. You know what I'm saying? He had 19 and a half sacks, second in the NFL. They were 4th in sacks. They were 2nd in scoring defense. 2013, Aldon Smith, Ahmad Brooks, they were 5th in sacks, 3rd in scoring defense. 2018, this is when the Bears did what we're trying to do now, traded for Khalil Mack. So, hey, Vic Fangio, you know, whenever they come to him and ask him about what he want, oh, he go for top shelf. Let you know right now. 12 and a half, they were 12 and a half sacks. They were 1st in sacks, and they were number 1 in scoring defense and everything like that. My bad. Just making sure because I got some stuff going on over here. Let me see. 2023 Dolphins, when Bradley Chubb was there. Younger Bradley Chubb had 11 sacks. Zach Sealer had 10 sacks. Christian Wilkin 9. They were 3rd in sacks. They had a top 10 scoring defense. And of course, 2024, Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter. They had a great committee of up front and like led by Jalen Carter and Moore. They were top 4 in pressure and they had a top 5 scoring defense. Now on the flip side, 2014, when the Niners had no elite edge, I think this is, I don't know if this is in between those years with Aldon, or yeah, between those years with Aldon Smith. I think he was hurt, but they were 23rd in sacks. The defense dropped to 10th. 2015, when the Bears had no sacks, because I think when they trade for Khalil Mack, this is before Khalil Mack, 26 in sacks, they were 20th in scoring defense. 2020, no Von Miller, they were 25th in sacks, they were 21st in scoring defense. The pattern for Vic Fangio across 30 years is that he needs elite edge production some type of way. And why is that? You're gonna have to, I'm literally working on a video right now because I based off what I've been hearing from Christian Parker, like the talks, shout out to 105.3 The Fan and what he's been doing. They've been doing some great works and they've been literally like, he's been giving away his scheme, and now I'm gonna drop like a mega video where I'm gonna be talking about his scheme. I got 2 breakdowns in there. I'm going front end and back end, and I'm gonna break it down. But basically, I'm telling you right now, if you want a good little echoes chamber of what Christian Parker's defense is gonna be, the key he gave away is that 1.5 gaps, which that is Vic Fangio special, which means he wanna stop the run with the least amount of people in the box. And he literally said it. The best. Because when he asked him, they gave him an example of that. He literally said it. I'm gonna have the quote in the video. You're gonna have to pay to play in order for this scheme to truly work. I'm gonna say it again. You're gonna have to pay to play in order for this scheme to work. And I wonder who he heard that from. So when you are a protege, like in this football world, and you learning, yeah, you may take from here and there, but he been with Vic Fangio a lot. I wonder where he got that 1.5 and that pay to play, because look at Vic's history. You see Vic's history and you see how edge and the elite edge production is connected directly to the success of his defense overall. Yeah, this is why when he says great players make great coaches, these elite seasons, Kevin Green, Aldon Smith, Khalil Mack, Bradley Chubb, those men hard work is what made Vic Fangio and literally kept him in this league thus far. Him targeting them. Jimmy's and Joe's, always versus X's and O's. So let me put this back on me, because there's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they've been questioning, you know what I'm saying, why is it Crosby or bust? You know, a lot of people saying stuff on, you know, on our name, and then they don't want to, you know, debate. Shout out to Landlord, Henny, and Star, because they will fight us on this. Fight dirty, but they'll fight us on this. You know what I'm saying? But it's some people who will say some stuff. You know, they'll throw rocks from their glass house and hide in their glass house when we come in there and knock on that glass door. Why are you aiming for the top? Because we say this every time. All we did was listen to our head coach. That's all we did. I mean, not our head coach and our D coordinator, and he's speaking the same exact talk from his predecessor. He's speaking that same exact talk, man, from his predecessor. So, like, this is why. Hold on, I just realized I had the wrong bottom third up here. It's okay. It's right there. Boom. Change it right there. This is why we are shooting so high and we are not basically veering off, even though we're the only ones. Y'all know our community. They think we are truly like that. Like, some people really think that we're gonna be like, oh, the Cowboys ain't truly competing. And they like, oh, y'all just shooting down any and other plan, when it's been us who literally looked at the other edges. Who else you seen put publicly out there a Bradley Chubb breakdown twice? We wanted Bradley Chubb at one point at the deadline. Who else did you seen doing a Jalen Phillips breakdown? Us. Who else you seen did a Nakobe Dean breakdown? Us. Trey Henderson. Us. It's mighty funny they trying to tell me that I'm being delusional and that I'm trying to push, I'm trying to be right, and I'm not trying to hear nobody out, and they just annoyed of the conversation. You ain't did no work than me. So when you over here mentioning opinions to me, if it ain't based in no facts or no work, you gonna get punched. And that's just straight like that. We gonna look at Gennard, T-Church. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna look at Gennard until the whole debacle is over. You feel me? The reason why we're aiming high is because in order for us to get the biggest ROI from our defense, if Christian Parker is truly, like Stephen Jones said, a Vic Fangio disciple, well, shit. Vic Fangio ain't had no great defense unless he had edge, unless he had great, and I do mean great, sack production. And his predecessor is talking just like him. You feel me? He talking just like him. And I just want to equip my coaches with the best guys. I'm gonna say it again. I want to get my coaches with, let me translate it. I play O-line. Y'all see the back is big. I like food. I ain't gonna lie, I like food. Tell you right now, and I know ain't nobody know better good food than me. If there's a chef at a restaurant, and you can ask my wife about this too. If I'm going to a restaurant and I gotta open a palate, and we going to a restaurant that specializes in something, I want them to cook it that way. I want the chef to have the best, feel the most comfortable, the most at home when cooking my food. So look, I ain't even picky when it comes to steak. You know what I'm saying? I used to be, you know what I'm saying, a well done. As I gotten older, listen, medium ain't bad. Medium ain't bad. So that's when the chef come to me, or when the waiter come to me, chef's choice. Chef's choice. Because I understand it. I'm just here for good food. I'm here for good food. I'm not gonna give the waiter, I'm not gonna bring him an Italian steak and be like, hey man, cook that. You know what I'm saying? Look, here's instructions how to cook that. You know, you're a chef. You're a 5-star chef. You're a 5 Michelin chef. So you should be able to cook it, any way I want it, even though it's my way. Even though you specialize in Italian cuisine, listen, you are a chef. You did go to school to become a chef. So you should be able to cook some 5-star, Hispanic food, right? To some old traditional tacos, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you a chef, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got these Michelin stars in an American style restaurant. You should be able to cook this Italian cuisine this way, right? I'm not like that. I don't know about y'all, but with my food, I understand the nuances. I know he must be a chef, but damn it, I'm here to eat well. I want him to have all the best ingredients, all the ingredients he need. If he tell me he need premium butter, I'm not bringing him that little cheap shit from Walmart just cause and telling him to chef it up. I'm not telling him to chef it up, because if it end up being not what I wanted, I can't complain and be like, well, we did pay you to be a chef. No, he ain't Jesus. If you hired Jesus, if you wanted water to wine, if you want water being turned into wine, if you want steak to be turned into chicken, hire Jesus. I don't care how good quality coaches we are. I really don't like the you wanna know what was the root behind me fighting all this time? I don't like that Cowboy Nation is just comfortable of giving the defense just anything and saying coach it up. But we the complete opposite when it comes to the offense. I want that mindset for my entire team. For my entire team. Yes, we just hired the Ghost Rider, BT Jordan, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? He you know what I'm saying? He can coach up anything. You know what I'm saying? He coached up some of the best. But guess what? I want to amplify his effect. I don't want to bring him bottom of the barrel and make it adequate. And at the same time be like, woo, Cowboys to the Super Bowl. No. I want to go to the Super Bowl. I have aspirations to go to the Super Bowl. So now that I got a multiplier and a coach here, I'm going to give him, I'm not going to give, if he's a times 2, I'm not going to give him 0.5. If he's a times 2, I'm going to give him a 10. He's going to turn that to a 20. He's going to turn that into a 20. So I'm not with we can just bring anybody in here because we got great coaches. No, we got great coaches. Give the great coaches great players. If you respect Vic Fangio, you cannot have this mindset you're saying in the same sentence. I know some people really think the coaches are force multipliers. Nah. Like Christian Parker said, and I bet you he got that from Vic Fangio. You're gonna have to pay to play, and great players make great coaches. Straight like that. You coming in here, I know we started out like that. Make sure to like, share, subscribe to the content. So let me get back on track because I showed y'all that was me. That was my best explanation on giving y'all the reason why. What the Eagles are doing, one, is to disprove this narrative that we that they never said on, like, with D tackles mattering more than edges. No, D tackles matter. You need that to stop the run. But the reason why they have in the past was willing to deal Jalen Carter for Micah Parsons is because, one, they already had Jordan Davis, and two, Vic Fangio. That's that ain't Howie. That's Howie knowing Vic Fangio, and Vic Fangio like giving him that look like, bro, hey man, if you want me to not retire, you're gonna have to make my job a little bit. You're gonna have to give me what I need to produce. Straight like that. If you want a 5-star meal, give me 5-star ingredients. Straight like that. So the reason why I believe the Dallas Cowboys, and I feel like the trade gonna happen today. It may even happen while we on this phone. I got my phone next to me, just in case I need to change it. Change this, what's the name? I'm not even gonna, you know what I'm saying? Just in case I need to change this thumbnail. The reason why I believe the Cowboys are still in it, I'm going to explain it. So we're gonna be reacting. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan, but I'm gonna break it down. Hopefully it's not too windy. I gotta do a better job of just like clipping it out, but I like to, I don't like to take people out of context. I like to give them a full answer so we can give our full answer behind it. Let me turn down the music just in case, and then we're gonna do this. All right. He said,
the center of the Maxx Crosby trade room. And then today, how are you liking being the world's #1 Maxx Crosby insider?
By the way, this is Trey Wingo. If y'all don't know, Trey Wingo was the one who dropped it on X yesterday, breaking news that the Dallas Cowboys, I wish I had the actual tweet, that he reported that the Dallas was most likely out because basically someone came with 2 firsts. You know what I'm saying? Someone came with a higher bid with that. That was his tweet. Now let's listen to what he said.
It's just, I don't know. Just trying to pass along what I hear, and we'll see how it all plays out.
So is it looking like right now the Cowboys are out of this?
Remember the question. He asked him, does it look like the Dallas Cowboys are out of this? Everybody remember the question? Write that down. It's going to be on the test. Shout out to Boss and shout out to Vach. You know what I'm saying? A quote of a quote. It's going to be on the test. What did he say? He said, does it look like the Cowboys are out of this? What is his answer?
I think that the Cowboys thought they were in a much better position last night. Look, the Raiders can ask for whatever they want, but if somebody's not going to give them what they want, then they may have to reconsider what they're asking.
Did he answer the question? What was the question, y'all? Remember what he tweeted? He said that it looks like somebody came in with 12 or 2 first rounders, right? 105.3 Gavin Dawson just asked him directly, does it look like the Cowboys are out of it? Yes or no question. You heard his answer.
So I wouldn't say they're completely out of it, but
What did he say? What did he say? Remember what he tweeted. And I'm not saying the man is wrong. I think, and he's not clickbaiting either. Nah, man, we gotta understand these guys are reporters and writers at the end of the day. They gotta get you with a headline to bring you in so you can hear. You know what I'm saying? They gotta bring you in. But his tweet said Cowboys are most likely backing out. And he just said the Cowboys are most not likely not out of it.
I certainly think that the Cowboys' position, or they felt their position was much stronger last night than it is this afternoon. So last night is not last night. It's what's the day? Man, so much news been coming out. It was Wednesday night. It's just 2 nights ago. So this is when it was cranking up, and we really thought we basically. It's many reports saying the Dallas Cowboys were close on Wednesday night. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna break down. I'm putting it together. I might be slightly inaccurate, but I feel like I have the context. One thing I know how to do is read some context clues.
Do you think the Raiders are going to get 2 number ones for him?
Well, there's the report that Chicago was thinking about it.
Remember what he tweeted. So let's pause right here because I don't want to just to make this a reaction video. The reason why I'm saying this, because what was everyone in the track? Remember what did the Raiders confirm and put out their original offer was? I need somebody in the chat put it in there. What was the Raiders' original offer? What was the Raiders' original offer? Somebody, I just need one person before we move on. What was the Raiders' original offer? Let's see if y'all remember it. I didn't say this was gonna be on the test, but almost Swain, what was the complete original offer? Remember, what's their complete original offer? Almost Swain. Almost teacher, it was 2 firsts and what? No, that wasn't a complete offer. What was the first offer of the Raiders? It was 2 firsts and a person. That was their original offers. They wanted 2 firsts and a player. That was remember that's out there because y'all remember y'all fighting me. Remember? Because I was like, let's entertainment. Y'all was like, Lou, what is their offer is they wanted exactly T-Sizzle. They wanted the Micah type deal. They want 2 firsts and a player. But remember, I said, remember what's going to be on the test, right? Right? All right, let me do the next one. Not that one. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, I don't have it in here. Dog. Let me read it. Because I was going to show it with James later. So I can just keep up. My bad, y'all. If y'all watching, man, make sure to like, share, subscribe to the content. This is James Slater. On Maxx Crosby and the Cowboys being at play here. Here's what I'm being told. The Raiders are talking to a lot of people, but we would not give up 2 first rounders. When she says we, she's talking about the Cowboys. She says the Raiders are talking to a lot of people, but we, the Cowboys, are not giving up 2 first-rounders. But it was being reported that the Dallas Cowboys were close. That means the original offer wasn't 2 first-rounders. Shout out D Moke Z. He said, if y'all give us 2 first-rounders and a kicker, I'd be down. Oh, yeah. Shout out to you. You a Raiders fan. I can tell that's a Raiders fan in here. Shout out to the Raiders fans coming in here, man. Remember what James Slater said. If we were close on Wednesday night, like literally close to a deal, and that was a consensus report that, and James Slater is saying we would not give up 2 first-rounders. But it was a report that, and before we was close, remember, Chicago was in the lead. And there was a report that Chicago gave 3 proposals. 3 proposals and couldn't, and if you're giving more than 1 proposal, that means you're getting constantly turned down. And if we were the ones by a favorite, that means the Cowboys probably made 1 offer on the table, and literally the Bears could not match it. And here's what we also know, that DJ Moore, their receiver, was in one of those deals. And I believe the Chicago Bears conceded because they couldn't really match the price. They can probably get back into it by, getting radical, like even more radical. But here's why, because this all goes back to the value, man. This is why. Let me turn this down. What I'm showing you is what Jimmy Johnson created the value chart a long time ago. And it's basically a point system based off draft picks. All you need to know is this. The higher the pick in the current, so first of all, you get more points for the pick being in the current year. So we in 2026, if you offering a 2026 first round pick, depending on which one of these picks number, pick 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, if you offer from the first pick, that is worth 3,000 points. A first round pick, the first overall pick this year is, if you see right here to the right, what I'm going to hint at is when you offer a future pick, it gets discounted by -1. My bad, I'm talking in math terms. That means if it's a first, N-1, N is first, -1, it'll be worth a second. If you offering a second next year, it'd be worth a third. You get what I'm saying? If you offer a 4th next year, it's worth a 5th. So if you was to offer a mid first round pick next year, or offer the first overall pick this year, it is worth 3 future first round picks. So the Dallas Cowboys are pick 12, which is at 1,200 points. We don't know what the Dallas Cowboys offered, if it's 12 or 20. There's been reports of either one. I'm seeing a lot of 20, but if the Dallas Cowboys weren't budging on the original, like if they weren't budging on giving them their original proposal in 2 first round picks, that means it's either 12 or 20, maybe plus another player. What is it that they couldn't match? The Bears were in the league in terms of odds. The Dallas Cowboys, we have clear, concise context that James Slater said we weren't budging on 2 first rounders, but it was in the lead all the way up until Wednesday night. So and here's what I'm getting at. When there's a report out coming from our guy, I forgot his name, that the Dallas Cowboys were bagging out because somebody was offering 2 first rounders, I told y'all what was on the test. If people couldn't match, if we were in the lead at one point and people weren't able to match that, that means one thing. Maxx Crosby is not worth what Michael Parsons is worth, which we were trying to preach to y'all. Age, 2nd-year contract, surgery, all these factors. The Raiders' original proposal was 2 first-round picks and a player. Most likely, they want 2 first-round picks according to this value chart this year. They trying to load up on picks this year. And not a lot of people had it. The Rams were the other team to have it, but they traded one of their picks to go get the cornerback from the Chiefs. Are y'all putting 2 to 2 together? Y'all are seeing what they trying to do. So if somebody is already offering 2 first rounders, and this was a report last year, why haven't we got a thin and in saying that they have accepted the deal? Because Maxx Crosby ain't worth 2 first rounders. So here goes back to the original. Let me go back to the original proposal then that's been made today, the breaking news that came out today. They made Jalen Carter available. And according to odds, if Ricky is reporting this, that means this is a very good ass offer. That means it's Jalen Carter plus 1 pick, because that's all the Eagles got right now. They're probably offering their first round pick this year, which is what, 20-something, plus Jalen Carter. Plus Jalen Carter. Maybe they got some future picks in there if they willing to sell the entire house, but we know it's not A.J. Brown. I know if they're gonna offer A.J. Brown, the reason why they can't offer him to Las Vegas is because of the contract. Both of them will have to eat a lot of cap to make it work, which is very possible. That's another thing. Like, people were saying that, you know, Maxx Crosby is too expensive. He's worth $35 million. It turns out, according to Spotrac, you can trade for him. He could be worth only $7 million this year. So I'm gonna keep going with this because I'm gonna let you know what I'm gonna
also, I've heard that the Philadelphia Eagles might.
No. So he said this yesterday, and he was right.
Dipping in the waters here, and God knows Howie Roseman knows how to do this better than anybody. And if there was a team that would do it, it wouldn't surprise me if it was Philadelphia, because Howie keeps figuring out ways to find picks and money where no one else seems to be able to get it done. So I look, again, you're worth what someone's willing to pay you, right? The Raiders say
that's the key. That's the key. And shout out to Fisher. I was beefing with him on we're not beefing. We just had an argument on Pickett's value. He was right. I mean, which I already knew. You only work for somebody who's willing to pay you. That's why, from the beginning, I stood firm that that original offer, they talking about they was going to want the Micah Parsons trade. They were never getting that. I'm sorry. The Raiders were never getting that. Because you have somebody, when someone is a top player and they haven't gotten to their first contract, that is when their value is at the highest. Shout out to Flocka for the $5. That's when their value is at their highest. But Crosby is getting ready to be in his second contract. You can't get what we got. And it's showing based off our offer not even being 2 firsts and we were in the league, and that the Bears was in the league with us. And that means they weren't offering nothing that's worth on the point system of 2 firsts being this year, which means the league is not valuing Maxx Crosby on the level of Micah because of the age, injuries, all that. Let me keep going.
He's worth this much. And if somebody reaches that threshold, great. But if they don't, then they may have to lower what their threshold is. I do feel one way or the other, Maxx Crosby will be playing for somebody else next year or this season.
Trey, how much say do you think Max has? I mean, I know he doesn't have a no-trade clause, but do you think that the organization would try and do right by him and send him to a preferred destination?
I would say that you're asking me inside the mind of the Raiders organization now, and that is the only scarier place to be is inside the mind of the general manager and owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. So I have no idea. I mean, I guess they should try and do that, but the bottom line is they've been so tragically bad for so long, they have to figure out a way to make themselves better. And if they can use Maxx to do that, I think that they're going to do whatever they can to try and put themselves in the best position to be remotely relevant again. Because the league is
Shout out 15 Hat for the subscribe, man.
better when the Raiders are relevant. It's a better league.
Do you think the Tom Brady, Alex Guerrero stuff is part of the reason why Crosby's frustrated?
I think Crosby's frustrated because they didn't let him play. I mean, like, when they shut him down for the season.
And remember, man, see, look. Remember, people were fighting us like, oh, how you know that Maxx Crosby wanted to get out of there? Because we watched the film and we saw how hard that man was playing. And the fact that they came and tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, get the surgery early. Bro, he was pissed. He's still pissed about it. Because immediately after that, after the season, like after he got the surgery, he took a video of himself playing basketball. He's trying to say it to people. He was okay. He was okay. So he's pissed at the Raiders organization that they even literally like sat him down. Like that really bugged him. And when you watch him play, which we have multiple times, y'all see that Maxx Crosby do not come off the field. This man loves the game of football. You feel me? That's why we knew he was going to get traded from the beginning.
Season last year to avoid injury, and they said he was hurt. What did he do immediately? He posted video of him playing basketball. That's him saying, I'm hurt, I'm not hurt, I'm fine. And if you go look statistically, no defensive lineman, let alone defensive end, plays more snaps historically than Maxx Crosby. Dude wants to play. And I think whatever possibilities they had of a reunion were severed at that point when they basically.
Hey, JD VN0, stop telling my show. Stop trying to give the future, man.
They said, we're shutting you down. And he was like, but I don't want to be shut down. Now, the Guerrero thing, look, this would be team 2 that has an issue with what Alex Guerrero is doing in a locker room, because the same thing played out in New England. I'm sure it's not helping, but to me, the much bigger fissure between the Raiders and Maxx Crosby was when they shut him down last year.
Trey, you're in a situation where you broke news earlier about this.
Let me go to the second clip. All right. Shout out to 105.3 fan again. Let's see the second part of the clip, though.
Of the afternoon, the Maxx Crosby update. Trey Wingo says the Cowboys thought they had a deal done for Maxx last night. Then other teams jumped in and might be off.
See, so this is what I'm hinting at right here. And this is probably the whole point of my show. This is why I believe the Dallas Cowboys are still in it. And this is why that's people speculating and questioning Ricky Scoops, which I don't necessarily want to do. Like, he's been wrong a couple of times. I think he knows it's something. It's just something. I think he's be correct. I think it's just like after he reported, like there's another, you know what I'm saying, like something else that unfolds whenever he's wrong. Like I really believe that the Eagles did put in his offer. That's just me.
Offering 2 first-rounders. Trey says now they're going to pursue Trey Hendrickson. So I guess the Cowboys are out on Maxx Crosby now is the update. It's cool to know they're serious about plugging their holes with all pro level players. Let me just say that. Salute to the.
Yeah. And this is why, we were aiming high, because we knew they're going to take this as a need. We've been listening to Christian Parker. That's why, I ain't gonna lie, this is why we've been swiping left on them plan C's and plan D's. We ain't going to them. We ain't even looking at. We looked at them, some of them, but I'm not going to push them to sign them just because, like, I feel or I projected that Maxx Crosby. I ain't gonna lie. There's some people who are literally pushing us to go away from Maxx Crosby because they're literally tired of hearing the name. Really, they're literally, they want to settle and then just be like, coach him up. There's people literally pushing that right now. You feel me? Literally pushing that right now just cause. Even though Christian Parker said great players make great coaches, even though that the Cowboys are having this position on high priority, it's guys who are literally pushing within their, like, as content creators, as influencers, to go and settle and not literally go from plan A until plan A goes, okay, then plan B. It's some people who's like plan A, plan C.
Plan C again. And let's go for the Super Bowl. It's literally it's people pushing that right now. When it's clear as day, that is literally showing you that they are taking Edge very seriously. If they are taking Edge very seriously, why shouldn't I? Can we ask that question? If they are not taking Edge very seriously, why shouldn't we? I mean, I feel bad for Raiders fans shouldn't get tired of. I mean, they losing a good player, but they're in a whole rebuild, man. This is their third coach in 3 years. If y'all didn't know, they just released they starting quarterback today. Like they are in a position to like turn around this entire franchise to a completely new direction. And if one player, if you can get back a haul, if I'm a Raiders fan, I wouldn't be mad at it. Like even though like you know what I'm saying, like it's easy for me to say because I'm a Cowboys fan, but look, man, we have no direction. It don't make sense of keeping an asset. Like, do not be the Cincinnati Bengals. Keeping an asset, you clearly have no direction. Like, the Cincinnati Bengals look goofy as hell for not moving Trey Hendrickson at the deadline because they absolutely got nothing back. Nothing back. So, yeah, like, don't make that mistake again.
Jones boys. They're in the big fight now. They're in the real game, and I like that. Jane Slater said, on Max and the Cowboys being in play here, here's what I'm being told from a team source. Raiders are talking to a lot of people, but we would not give up 2 first-rounders. She says that's the situation right now. Will that change? I don't know, but I checked for those of you interested. Did the Cowboys do the right thing here, not giving up 2 firsts?
I think so. Now, look, maybe they decide.
Take your drafting hat off.
Yes.
I'm glad he said that. I need everyone to do that too. Like, and I'm not trying to convince you. I just want y'all for once, Cowboy Nation. Because I'm going to get into where I stand. If you watched me yesterday, you should know where I'm standing. But I'm going to make the whole case. I need y'all to take y'all draft hats off right now, man. For real. This is Brian Bottas too, telling him that after his answer. Like Brian Bottas, the former scout for the Dallas Cowboys, is telling you, hold on one second, man. Take your draft hat out of it. I know the draft is exciting, getting new players, you know what I'm saying, the potential to get another Michael Parsons. I know all of that is in general, but hey, wake up right now. We have a chance to get a literal rare bird in hand. If this process don't show anybody enough, it should literally tell y'all that we were not lying when we were saying positional value is real in the NFL, and when one comes available, you're gonna have a whole bunch of suitors. That should be probably the one thing I want everybody to learn in this chat. Not like you don't know. I just want you to learn that positional value is real, and when one team makes it available, best believe it's going to be just like Black Friday back in the day. It's going to be people literally at the front door clawing and trying to get this guy for a reasonable price.
Take your drafting hat off that you've seen 100 some odd players,
right?
And you're neck deep into this thing.
Mm-hmm. Which makes it obviously harder.
But you keep your team building hat on.
But I don't think at this stage, and I would give up 12.
As much as you cheer for Dak.
I would give up 12. I would go as high as that.
Okay.
But I don't think I can go 12 and 20. Would I be open to saying, okay, I'll give you a 1 and I'll give you next year's 2? Yes, I would do that.
Give me a combination, since you studied the draft as well as you do, and you're really good at it. That's going to sound like Dawson there for a minute. I was kind of like Dawson there. We'll kind of butter you up a little bit.
I appreciate that.
Give me 2 players at 12 and 20 that you would take combo platter better than Maxx Crosby.
Ooh.
And I know I put you on the spot.
You hear that oof? You hear that oof? Because I ain't gonna lie, that's my foundational reason right there. That oof, that oof. Mind you, he's already scouted over 100 players in this draft alone. Oof. He gonna still give an answer, but that oof.
There.
Yeah, I mean, Downs at 12, if you were to fall there.
That's fair.
And then at 20.
That's the key. Because there's one player we know that has that potential in this draft, consensus. But that 20,
864. I know those combination, but the key here is 12 and 20. Them boys are not going to be there at 20. I know we cannot predict that draft, but I guarantee you they are not making it all the way to 20.
Jacob Rodriguez.
Okay.
Everybody entitled to their opinion, but do y'all really believe Downs and Jacob Rodriguez equal Maxx Crosby right now? You see how hard it was for him to answer that question? You know what? It's time for me, you see how hard it was for him to answer that question? That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. I firmly believe the Dallas Cowboys are still in it, even with the breaking news today. Because from what all I heard, when we were close and we only offered one pick, but they reported that somebody, it's literally someone out there that's willing to give up 2. Have no name who it is, but we got a report today that the Eagles are willing to give up Carter. Eagles ain't got 2 picks this year. Keyword, this year. Remember, if they offer next year's first, that's just worth a second. We don't know the full details of what they offer, but based off what I'm saying, it sounds like everyone was offering a first and a second, a first and maybe a player, a first. That's what it sounds like. And now Eagles are blowing it out the water by offering a player on the caliber of Jalen Carter. So Lou, the question is, how do you believe the Cowboys are still in it? Easy. I think the Raiders are playing chess with us. Because there's a small inkling that maybe Howie's bluffing, if he is. I think the Raiders are trying to get the Cowboys to do the original deal. Or someone. At least, I think they care about the 2 first. I think the Raiders are really trying to get us to cough up them 2 first. Maybe even a 2 first and a player. Or maybe they're trying to make us cough up a first and an asset that's in question right now. Whatever it is, I think the Raiders are really posturing. We'll know for sure. I believe in a couple of hours, because I think this thing may get done today, no later than tomorrow. Because the way it's heating up. Because right now, the Raiders will lose all leverage once Monday hit. Once tampering start hitting, because I'm going to get into that too. There's edges. Once the free agency open up, I think the Raiders will lose all leverage. Because they're going to be like, well, we might as well just keep our picks and go, and you have to come down on that price. I'm sorry, you guys. You said don't do it. The draft gonna be boring. You got us. I don't do the draft because it's entertaining. I don't make content because it's just entertaining. What I do here, this is why, I know I may seem radical at times. I may seem, I don't flow with the crowd. I may, beat to my own drum. What I do here, I use my platform to literally speak ideas, and hopefully it makes itself to the star, into the room. That's all I do. Y'all know me. I'm an offensive lineman at heart, man. I literally take that mindset and I apply it here. I do not care who gets the glory. I literally before every season, my coach will be like, "Hey man, if you looking to be seen, if you want some glory, boy, you playing the wrong position." That's how I went about it. That's why I'm willing to go hard about it, man. I wore that shit with pride. I'm taking the hit for my quarterback. I'm taking the hit for my running back. I will take all the hits. I got crucified. I will sacrifice the bag. Because I'm an offensive lineman at heart. I will do what it needs to do to fucking win. Period. and winning. Bro, landlord said it, bro. He said the realest shit yesterday. It ain't a trade if it don't fucking hurt. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So all I'm gonna say is this: I need the gambler. Y'all might not need him. I need him. I need Jerry to literally go into the gambler right now. I understand the risk, y'all. But listen, I'm going through this draft. We are breaking it down. Bro, if y'all don't listen to anything, notice the people who are fighting on Twitter right now. Notice Brian is, but look what he's saying, because Max is in the equation. Have y'all not been on Twitter and seeing Vach? Vach is surprising me. Y'all go to Crown Global Media? I've been in the black. I've been seeing what they've been posting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to like change my, like, because I don't like watching people. I like to watch people content on a player after I've seen them. So now I have my ideas with their ideas. And if they see something different, now we go, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to taint it. Y'all seeing Vach out here fighting? Vach is posting guys that's projected in the 3rd round in terms of they draft profile. He is deep in the draft. He's deep in the draft, and he's saying, hold on, man. Maxx Crosby here. We ain't gonna change history, y'all. We ain't gonna change the way this player look. Hold on, y'all. We gonna have, hey, look, man. Look, man. Your damn rivals in dirty Philadelphia have literally pushed the entire chipboard to the mix. They have been further than what we have in the last 7 years. They haven't been a way more successful franchise in the last 7 years. And they're willing to push it all in for this man. And this is not the first time they were willing to do this move. They were willing to do it last year with Micah. And it's not just us pushing in because they pushed in. Hell, we poached somebody from that staff. I want to know what they know. I think we do know what they know. You feel me? I want to know what's in Vic Fangio's head. I showed you what's in Vic Fangio's head. I showed you why. So, you know what I'm saying? We out here like, hey, hold on, man. You need to hear this out. I know a lot of people want to be like, oh, I'm tired of hearing, you know what I'm saying, bro? Can we move on to Trey? First of all, let me report this on Trey. Not report this, but I'm gonna just say this before I'm gonna go back to it. Trey may be harder than getting fucking Max. I said it. Trey may be harder than getting Trey Hendrickson in the building may be actually harder than actually Maxx Crosby. Would y'all agree? Because it's a lot of people who got Trey as their plan B. And Danielle Hunter, I don't know if y'all understand how big this contract is. He got a 1-year extension, 40 million of it guaranteed. All the money that was promised basically to I think if y'all just put in the context, and shout out to Lando, because he said this yesterday. DaRon Bland's entire contract is worth 40 million. Danielle Hunter is getting all of that in 1 year. That's the equivalent of you working on your day-to-day and you have a salary versus working a 10-year contract. So if you work a salary and let's say you're getting $100K for your salary, they're gonna pay that $100K to you over time. But let's say you got a 3-month contract and it's worth $100K. You gonna get that $100K in 3 months. Like I said, you working your job and you sign a $100K salary, they paying you that $100K over the year. If you was to work a contract with somebody and they was gonna pay you $100K in 3 months, they gonna pay you $100K in 3 months. Do you know how, and that's just proportion, that's how wild this contract is. Oh, this has definitely raised the stakes in the edge market. And I'm gonna say shout out to the Texans, man. F the Texans, man. God dog. They over here the Texans over here full Game of Thrones. They just over there bending the damn knee. Who is his agent?
I'm just putting in the context. They over here signing Derek Stingley last year. They got bent over by David Mulligetta. Y'all don't know. I think it was like a $39 million, a $40 million contract. David Mulligetta got $39 million of that $40 million guaranteed. It's a 99% guaranteed ass contract. This is 2 wild ass contracts by the Texans. If we were to see T-Church, thank you for making my point. According to Spotrac, I don't know if I have this up here. My goofy ass did not include that. Did I not? I didn't. Ain't this a motherfucker? Let's see if I can find it real quick. Appreciate that, T-Church. I just want to show my work so y'all can see it. I don't think it's on this page. It's on this page right here. There we go. And we're going now let me find it here. No, I could just go to my shout out to all the 318 people watching live, man. Hey man, share that video. If y'all watching, you go to hey, share it real quick, man. I do not have it. I thought let me just search Spotrac. Here it is right here. This is what T-Church was talking about. If it comes to a head, a team acquires edge Maxx Crosby, they will be able to process a simple salary conversion on his contract that would drop his acquired cap hit from $30 million to 7.73. So, I ask y'all, man, we come back to this magical question. You are right there in the end. The Dallas Cowboys are still in play. I believe the Raiders are doing all this posturing to make you fold because you are the only one who have this amount of capital. You are rich when it comes to assets. I know people don't want to admit it and want to quickly bow out to plan C because plan B is trade. Plan B looks, I don't want to say it looks lost. It looks very difficult. We're going to have to cough up a bag for trade. It's looking like it. It's the Buccaneers that's gonna be bidding on them. It's every team that's basically was bidding for Max gonna be immediately over there, and they may have even more cap than us. Like the Bears, if the Bears get into it, they have something that we don't. They have a quarterback that's on a rookie deal. The Cowboys really like Maxx Crosby. You are this close. It may take them both them picks. It may take a pick and a... What are you willing to do? We are this close from closing the deal. You got to do it today. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? He ain't... See, everybody was fighting us. Everything that people were fighting us on this move has proven to be false. We were not doing this because we was like, oh, I miss Micah. Go get another Micah. No. At this channel here, we are going to make serious suggestions to help this team. I can give a damn about the algorithm. I love to grow, but at the end of the day, I rather be making or suggesting moves that can improve this team. And that be like, if imagine if this was Shark Tank, Jerry is sitting in the seat, Steven is sitting in the seat, Will McClay sitting in the seat, and Brian, Clayton Adams, and Christian Parker. 6 seats. And Soul Goddess is lined up. JBB Boy is lined up. Headhunter. Lou is there. Boss is there. Henny is there.
What would be your serious move you will say to their face? If you had 10 minutes or 7 minutes to make a case, what would be your move and why? And you have the same context. You got the same interviews to listen from. You got the same Christian Parker interview. So you know what's being serious and what's been out there. What would be your suggestion? That's what I base my my entire channel off of. That's why people can't get me. This is why I fight so hard. This is the reason why. I want to make real suggestions out there. I will even see. I want to be a cutthroat, real GM. That's why I was on the other side for the longest, man. Y'all hated me on that with that picking stuff. But sometimes, in order to get to where you gotta go, it's gotta hurt a little bit. What I was suggestion is I was trying to literally say to y'all is a suggestion that is literally, or a decision that's been made over and over and over again. So guys, we can't give next year's first. Next year's first is locked. That's what I was gonna show y'all. Right here. We cannot give next year's first because we already promised the Jets the better out of the two. We don't know the order of next year's picks, right? So we have a pick next year. We have 2 picks next year, and they already promised the better. If the Packers are worse than us, that means the Packers pick is what's higher. If our pick is higher, then that's what's higher, which means both picks are officially frozen. We can't recommend next year's. You are pigeonholed to this year. Listen, man. You have to trade this year's if you want to match what the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? With what the Eagles are suggesting. You are this close from outbidding your rivals. Of giving them, and most people think, I ain't gonna lie, most people think they're gonna be a worse team with them trading that. I actually think they'll probably be the most dangerous version of themselves that they ever have, because they have given, and I showed you the history. When Vic Fangio has that type of production on the edge, that's when the real magic of the Vic Fangio defense is flourished. If we can see, this is where you got to get gangster, Jerry. You can keep them from getting their final Infinity Stone. You feel me? You can keep them, give it to its predecessor. So now they forced to probably sign back old boy that came from the Dolphins. I'm blanking on his name. Now he's worked with that. Picture me now. Now they go into the season. They don't have Maxx Crosby. They still got Jalen Carter. Now they got to spend money on Jalen Carter. If they fail again without the edge, Vic Foot was already out the door. You probably finally toppled their entire dynasty by keeping them from their prized possession. See, most people don't think, they think if they get rid of, you're right, T-shirt. See, most people think if they get rid of Jalen Carter for Maxx Crosby, they're worse. They're actually better. They know Jalen Carter is the expendable one out of him and Jordan Davis. Why is that? Because Jordan Davis is the one who's doing all the run defense. Jordan Davis is the nose. They are willing to get rid of him, even though he may be the better player. Jordan Davis has finally hit that he's finally fully developed. They can replace Jalen Carter. Hell, they can go bring back a D tackle they had before Jalen Carter and Javon Hargrave. They can even draft. If they get Maxx and pair Maxx with the run defense that Vic Fangio can promise them, they will be a very dangerous team. Mark my words when I say this. I'm going to be very realistic with y'all. I'm not gonna be the one that parent and be like, go Cowboys and ignore my enemies. No, that would be a very dangerous get for them, for us to see that twice a year. With the history we know with Vic Fangio, that would be ultra dangerous. And we need to wake up right now. We need to get gangster right now. I'm telling you right now, you can topple it all right now. You can topple that entire dynasty right now. We're forgetting one team. The Rams can still get greedy and offer something close to that as well. If we have true aspirations of competing, it takes getting guys like that. This is this generation's Charles Haley right there. We didn't go over the top as a team until we got Charles Haley. So listen, y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the content. Until next time, y'all. I'm out.